Okay, I'm Matt and this is my delivery. This is my new table. I have to assemble it, but I don't have a screwdriver, so I probably have to check my neighborhood app and see if a neighbor can give me a screwdriver. First I have to register and then post my request.
Hi, I'm Bob and I've been looking at my phone lately, so I can see that Matt wants a screwdriver. I'm a cool guy with a rope, so I'll just text him back.
Okay, I'm Matt and I can see on my phone there's a notification from Bob. He wants to give me a screwdriver, so I'll message him back and see that and tell him that it's great to go and grab it from his place. As I agree with the details, I will use the handshake feature of the app and accept.
I accept as well.
This is probably Bob's address, so just knock on the door and see if he's in.
Hi, man.
Hi, man.
Are you here for the... Yes? Alright, I'll just give it to you.
Yeah, thank you, man. Finally, I managed to assemble the table, so I'll just give Bob the screwdriver back and bring him some beer.
Hello.
Hello.
Thanks for coming back so fastly.
Okay, no problem, man. Do you want to watch the game now that's on?
Yeah, but let's just rate each other first.
Okay, let's rate each other.
In order to use the application, Matt needs to register. He needs to fill the specified fields. If he wants, he can also choose a profile picture so that his neighbors are able to recognize him more easily. He can type his address and the application automatically generates his neighborhood area. He can then use the square provided over the map to adjust the neighborhood area if he needs to. After the register is completed, Matt should receive an SMS message with his authorization code and type it in. This will transfer him to the home screen of the application. The whole screen is divided into three main tabs. The first tab represents the request feed which shows requests from other users in Matt's neighborhood. The second tab displays Matt's created requests, which is now empty because Matt is a new user. The third tab shows news posted by other users from Matt's neighborhood, which is also empty. Matt needs a screwdriver, so he has to create a new request using the floating button in My Request tab. When creating a request, Matt has to specify a title for the request, a description, and also when the request is to be considered as expired. Matt's newly created request appears in his My Request tab. Matt is provided with the ability to edit or delete the created request, or by clicking on the request to see the details and the application and the applicants for the request. Currently, the applicant list is empty. Bob, on the other hand, is currently browsing the application feed and sees Matt's request. The request card shows information about the user that created the request, as well as the request title and description. There are also two buttons to either hide the request if Bob is not interested, or to apply for the request if he is. Bob doesn't know who Matt is, so he wants to see his profile. He can do that by clicking on Matt's profile picture. Matt's profile is opened with detailed information about him. Bob is mostly interested in Matt's rating as a requester to get a feel of how reliable Matt is. Currently, Matt has only zeros because he is a new user. There are also two buttons on the top of the page which allow Bob to block content from or block content to Matt in case Bob thinks that Matt is not a good neighbor. The button at the bottom of the page allows Bob to confirm that he knows who Matt is and endorse him. Later on, this can help other users trust Matt more easily. Bob decides to help Matt because he happens to have an available screwdriver, so he applies for the request. A chat between Bob and Matt is opened where Bob tells Matt that he has a screwdriver and waits for an answer. Matt receives a notification that there is an applicant for his request and also a message from the applicant. There are two ways for Matt to reach the chat, either from the message screen or from the applicant's list for the request. Matt goes to his requests and selects the screwdriver one. Bob is shown as applicant. Matt can either check Bob's profile by clicking on the profile picture or go to the chat. The chat shows Bob's message and they start exchanging correspondence in order to reach agreement. They both agree on the terms and click the checkbox which enables the shake hands button. Clicking this button removes the request from the feed and transfers it into both users' job history. Later they can mark the job as finished, as it is, and give rating to the other user.
Hi, I'm Bob. After a long day at work, I just want to go home. So I've been walking down the street and what I see is a big pot that came from all the rain that's been lately showering. So what I decide, of course, that I wanna share it with all of my neighbors. First, I take out my phone, I take a picture of it, and then I post the news about it in order to raise awareness of the hole so that everybody else can see it afterwards.
Bob wants to share with other users from the neighborhood that there is a hole in the street. The best way to do so is to post the news in the My Neighborhood app. To do so, he needs to open the third tab from the home screen. This is the tab where the user, in our case Bob, can see all the news about their neighborhood. At the bottom there is a floating button that allows Bob to add news. There are two text fields for the news title and description. Bob is also given the ability to upload image from his phone that will additionally describe what he wants to share with other neighbors. As we can see from Bob's created news, a row from the news list consists of the user's username and picture, the news title, the date and the time of the publication, and a photo representing the news item. If the item is clicked, the user is redirected to a detailed page where the whole information followed by a description about the selected news is rendered. The last feature of our application is My Neighborhood screen. Here Bob can see his area shown on a map and also all the neighbors that are currently registered to use the app. Right below the map are the search fields and the sort filter where Bob can quickly search users or sort them by the 3 available ratings. Under the search field there is the list of all the neighbors with their rating both as applicants and requesters. Clicking on one of the rows will open the profile of the selected user.